Hi, my name's Bill Schaeffer, and I have another book review. Today's book, Treasury of the Blues by W.C. Handy. This book was published in 1926, and I found it in a used bookstore. And as far as I can tell, it's not listed anywhere on Amazon or on the internet. Now, W.C. Handy is famous as the person that wrote St. Louis Blues. He also wrote and published Memphis Blues, which is the first blues song that was ever published. If you love the blues, W.C. Handy is the father of the blues. Now, W.C. Handy was trained as a conservatory musician, and he had a brass band around the turn of the 1900s that played in Memphis for the upscale society parties. And that's how he made his living. He would write music and publish music and perform with his brass band, much like the brass bands that were popular in John Philip Sousa's day. Well, Memphis is on the Mississippi, and at one point he heard someone, a dockhand, playing the blues on the guitar, and he became very entranced with the blues. Later, his band was entertaining at a high society party, and someone asked if their gardener or their handyman, who had a little band, could perform. And these three gentlemen got up and started entertaining the crowd with a very simple rhythmic song, and the crowd went wild. And they started throwing money at the band of these three amateurs. And when W.C. Handy saw that, he thought, there's something to this kind of music. And that's when he started really being interested in the blues as a way to make money, as a professional musician. Now, there's a few interesting things about this book. One is that because it was published in the 20s, and he's scored out a lot of the music. As you can see, he has a lot of examples of music that's written out. And this is a lot like a fake book, really. And he has a lot of early blues songs. But these songs are all arranged in a manner they sound more like ragtime to my ear. And they're arranged more in the stride piano style than they are in a boogie-woogie piano style, which I find kind of interesting, because the concept of the blues, while keeping the same harmonic format, has evolved a little bit since the time this book was written, 90 years ago almost. The other interesting thing about this book is he talks about the history of the blues. And he maintains that all blues songs are variants of one song. That among the sharecroppers and field hands and itinerant musicians, there was a song that was popular called Joe Turner. And as people moved around in the South, people that could sing and play guitar would perform this song Joe Turner, and people liked it. But they couldn't remember all the words, and it was easy to make up words to it. And slowly this one song, Joe Turner, turned into all the different blues songs that existed, and is the ancestor, according to W.C. Handy, who's the father of the blues, of all the blues songs we hear today. So to me, I thought it was an interesting concept that there's actually one song that can be identified as the progenitor of all the different blues songs that have been written since then. And that song is called Joe Turner. The other thing that W.C. Handy talks about in this book is that the lyrics. And really, the important part of the blues is the singing and the lyrics and the content of the lyrics. Now, I'm an instrumentalist, so I focus on the instrumental and harmonic rhythmic content of the music. But the unique characteristics of the blues is that they'll say a line, they'll repeat the line, and then end it with a third line. And this is almost like a haiku, a three-line poem that's popular in Japanese culture. but it's different. For example, my mother's dead, my father's crossed the sea. My mother's dead, my father's crossed the sea. Ain't got nobody to feel and care for me. Going to the river, take a rocking chair. Going to the river, take a rocking chair. If the blues don't overtake me, gonna rock away from there. And so if you can find it, I highly suggest The Treasury of the Blues by W.C. Handy. Thank you, and leave your comments below.